Joining us now is freelance Afghan journalist Nazira Karimi. She has faced harassment and death threats in the past from the Taliban, having covered them as a journalist throughout the 1990s. And recently, she has been pressing the Biden administration about America's responsibility to the Afghan people, especially when it comes to women. Nazira, thank you so much for being with us today in studio. I know that you have a number of extended family members who are still in Afghanistan that you're considerably worried about, and that you're hearing from a lot of Afghans. What are they telling you?
Sure. First of all, good morning to our audience, your audience, Afghan audience, and thank you for having me. Good question. Everybody know Afghanistan situation. They don't need me to explain again, but can you believe it or not? Many Afghan people from different category, they keep calling me nighttime, daytime, 24 hours, but I have to answer them. Some of them, they're hiding themselves. Some of them calling from the airport. And it's disaster. They all complain, women crying, a young generation also crying. And they ask me how should I leave Afghanistan? They think that I'm somebody. I told them I'm not extraordinary person. Just I'm a regular journalist. I just can raise my voice because of you. They crying, I'm crying with them. That's why I lost my voice. Look at my voice. It's really terrible. Every single minute, people call me, and they crying, and they remind me 1996 when I was in Afghanistan and I was a young journalist. Now everything repeated and remind me the darkness time in Afghanistan.
It reminds you of the dark of the time in Afghanistan. And let me ask you about that, because you've heard the Taliban trying to project a more moderate image, promising that there won't be retributions, although we have already seen facts that contradict the promises that they're making. No one really knows the Taliban like you know the Taliban, having covered them. What do you think about these promises the Taliban is making and what this is going to mean for women and girls in Afghanistan?
Good question. I doubt it, because Taliban is an ideology. How can change somebody's ideology? Taliban is the same Taliban, although they promised that they are going to be a modern Taliban. If it's the new generation, I welcome them. I'd be more happy. I go to Afghanistan one day and I make a report from my beloved country, but I doubt it. I think it's too soon. Time will show that. But based off my experience, the Taliban shot women at the Kabul Sport Stadium. And I have so many, unfortunately, negative experience. But as I told you, it's too soon. But if they are really keep their commitment and really change, because we are living 21st century, it's a different time, but I hope so. We shouldn't lose the hope, but I doubt it, but still.
You really brought the human element of this story to the Pentagon briefing, which can be, sort of a stale place where information is certainly importantly grabbed by reporters. But you brought the human element of this to a briefing there the other day as you questioned about the departure of the former president. What is your message to Americans? What is your message to Americans about the plight of Afghans and what you want to see from Americans?
You want me to cry again? Pentagon was not my voice. It was echo of millions of Afghan people. It was echo of millions of kids in Afghanistan. It was not easy. That moment was very tragic, very strong moment for me. As I told them, as I asked Mr. Kirby, that overnight Taliban captured again all Afghanistan. But although I have hope, but still I was thinking about Sharia law. I don't know what is the Taliban interpretation about Sharia law. We all Muslim. We know how to practice our religion. But it was, as I told you, it was voice of millions of voiceless Afghan people, especially Afghan women, that they have accomplishment. My beloved country, I was crying for my flag. It's my identity. This colors and this made by Afghan women. Afghan woman has a lot of achievement. And it was, I was thinking about my culture. Afghanistan has a rich culture. I am very strong journalist, but in this situation, I look so weak and crying. Otherwise, for 30 years, I work as a professional journalist with BBC, Radio Free Europe, Ariana Television Network. Now I'm independent because I would like to be a voice of millions of Afghan women brave, Afghan women standing, Afghan women still try to fight for their rights. My message from the United States, first of all, we have a hope from the God. Number two, I have a message to United States, the leaders, that many women in Afghanistan, they're sleeping outside the airport. Why they don't bring them directly to the United States, then arrange them a visa? Because as I told you, I have connection with many different category people. I'm a former ambassador, former teacher, engineer, doctor, nurse, ordinary and extraordinary people. This is my hope, this is my message to the people around the world. People know about Afghanistan, what's going on. Although I'm hopeful the Taliban promised us that they are going to change. But yes, United States supposed to keep the commitment. I asked President Biden a question a month ago. Afghan women has an expectation from you. What is your warm and good message? Which is I asked yesterday from Ms. Saki. I said, although this situation, we cannot do anything. Do you have any warm message for Afghan women to get a moral? And she commented and she said, we will be with Afghan women because Afghanistan is a valuable woman. Thank you so much. But President Biden told me, he's been in Afghanistan. He saw kids said that we're going to be a doctor, engineer. That's why we supported them. Now they should continue.
I heard what she said. She said they will be in their hearts. Will they be on the planes, right? That is going to be the question here, Nazira. And I really appreciate you coming in and being the voice of so many people. We see them, right? We see them in the pictures. We don't always hear what is on their minds. So we really appreciate it, Nazira.
Thank you. I saw your eyes, your feeling. I think people who blame me that's why I'm crying, they understand. I love your feeling.
Well, we're human. We're human.
You're very generous. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Nazira Karimi.
Thank you.